everything in the song because he replaces any need for drums. He's our very own beatbox. It's the vice world champion of beatboxing, Roxo Loops, and so we're very proud to work with him.
When I first heard your song, your music, I was just amazed that you don't have any instruments. And I have to admit, I actually listened to the video, the music. I saw it twice on YouTube because I'm like, it sounds like you have instruments. Do you actually ever have a song where you think it would be helpful to have a piano or a guitar or some instrument?
Yeah, I mean, it depends which kind of style you're singing, but especially for this song that we're doing for Eurovision, it's kind of a hip-hoppy, jazzy sound, so all the harmonies that we are singing are very jazzy harmonies, and sometimes if you cannot hear yourself properly, it's very tricky to keep those harmonies together. So it's the work that we do before we do any songs in public. We need to rehearse a lot to make everything tight together so that people, when they listen to the song, actually forget that there are no instruments. That's the main idea behind what we're doing.
And how was your first rehearsal on the big stage?
It was actually, I think, I cannot speak for everyone, but we quite enjoyed it. It was slightly frightening when we entered the arena because it's such a huge venue. But being there and being able to do the song and the sound engineers are doing a really great job. So it's very comfortable for us on stage. It took a little bit of time to get used to, but at the end of our fourth or fifth run of the song, we felt quite confident. Not overconfident, because we still have to see how it's going to be with the public in, but it's a good start for us. We're really happy of how it all went till now.
Very good. Now I would like to ask the members of the press, if you have any questions, please introduce yourself and tell us what media organization you work for. Over here.
Hello, my name is Arne from Hamburg, from Merian.
Hi.
Hello, welcome Belgium. Congratulations for a wonderful rehearsal. I liked it and enjoyed it very much. I was in the hall earlier. My question, well, I'm curious because I try to pay attention if you're counting or giving some signs, because you don't have any, well, instruments to start with. Almost everyone has some instruments. And you don't watch to each other when you start. How do you know when they all start? Because you all start together.
That's a little secret.
And what are you doing?
I'm going to explain. It's like some of the other contestants have, but we have in-ear systems, so we don't use the backups on the stage. We have in-ear system, yeah, and in those in-ears, just before the song, we have the tuning of the song. So we got our notes, each of us. So it goes something like. Sounds like that, and during the whole song to stay all together, because it's such a huge place, we needed some way of knowing that we're all going to be singing on the right beat. We have a click track behind, so nobody can hear the click track in the hall, but we have a little metronome sound in our ear. It's not always very pleasant, but we have to do it for such a big show. We have to work with this. But we got used to it. We rehearsed a lot, and I think people can tell on stage, so that was a very good question.
Thank you.
Alistair, I think you had a question?
Alistair Birch from Australian Radio. For starters, it's such a pleasure to see people from all three Belgian regions on the stage together. It happens too rarely. Can you tell us about the special role of Pierre-Laurent Badois? I understand he's considered a member of your group, and where is he?
Yeah, he's somewhere around. He's actually he's over there. He's the seventh member of the group. He's the sound engineer, and he's a very important link between what we're doing on stage and the sound guys in Eurovision, because we're doing something so tricky that we always work with the same sound engineer. So he's following us in concerts everywhere, and for this occasion it's a bit different because we cannot have him always with us. So he's helping us doing the link between what we want to sound like and the sound guys of Eurovision, who are doing an amazing job, I have to say. So he's a member of the group, so that's why he's not the guy, the sound guy, he creates the sound on stage when we do concerts.
I think there was another question on this side. Anyone else? Yeah? Okay.
Bonjour la Belgique, je m'appelle Simon, je suis polonais, je me souhaite appel. Je voudrais poser une question. I'd like to ask a question to the head of delegation about the national final in Belgium. I don't want to offend anybody here, but I mean, this is the contest of the public broadcasters. Is the aim of the public broadcaster RTBF to gather money from people for the Eurovision Song Contest? Because I know that it was the aim of your selection, isn't it? What was behind this? Could you explain us?
No,
I'm interested in different selections, and that's why I asked this question.
Well, I think it was an originality first. It's the first time it exists. It's the fact we wanted the viewers, we wanted the public to, from the right of the beginning, to choose the candidates. And so selection was made from the beginning. We had nothing to do. So we broadcasters had nothing to do with the ones who were selected from the beginning, but we had to put something in place. How could we vote for them? So we had the idea of saying, okay, people who arrive to 20,000 euros, it's with producers who put in money. For instance, they had 400 different producers. So each producer didn't put a lot of money, but they'll be having their money back because they said, okay, for us, this is a good group. All the other candidates who weren't the winners were reimbursed. So for us,
it's not about money really. I think it's just about, as you said, letting people kind of participate in bringing the people they want on stage and helping the production by giving a small amount of money. Because really, when you're 400 for 20,000, it's something about 50 euros per person. So it's not a lot. And if they can get something out of it later, that's actually quite nice. They're the producers, so yeah.
Yeah, because it wasn't only about being a candidate, it was being a producer as well.
So that's your question? Good. I was wondering, when I heard your band title Whitlow Bay, and then the song with Love Baby, it sounds very similar. Is that a coincidence?
Yeah, it's actually, well, you can explain it because it's your idea, the beatboxer.
Basically, I was thinking about a song for our website, and as we're Belgian, our website would be withlovebay.be. If you take away the dot, you get withlovebaby, which sounds kind of like with love baby. So, yeah.
So it's not a coincidence. It's actually an easy way to remember your title of the song.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So the beatboxer, you just called him. I'm always wondering, how do you get those sounds out of your mouth?
Tutorial, a little bit.
Yeah, a little tutorial. I want to see if the sound is any good. That's okay. So, basically there's three main sounds. First sound being kick drum, which is letter B, a bit hard. Second sound is the hi-hats, which is letter T. And third sound is a rim shot or a clap with letter K. If you put it in place, it goes. What?
You can't, make all three sounds at the same time, right?
No, you can make it look like
The faster he goes, the stronger the feeling gets that there is a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Amazing. Are there any more questions out there? Okay, here, please in the back.
How did you choose the name of the group, Whitlow Bay?
That's
I don't speak Dutch. So.
That's an interesting question. We started working with the group a long time ago, about 5 or 6 years, and after some rehearsals, we had the first concert coming up, and we were in the need of finding a name, and we were going through a lot of different IDs, American names. Yeah, we had some. I remember sometime we have a Speechless or something like that. We thought, well, it sounds a bit too heard before, something, we need to find something that defines us as a Belgian group, and what defines Belgium usually is the surreal humor, sense of humor, and we thought, oh, Whitlow has a nice ring to it, and to many Belgian people it's seen as the Belgian vegetable. If you have to pick one out of all vegetables, wheatloaf is the most Belgian. And in English it's chicory. So for those who don't know wheatloaf, it's that kind of white and green little, a bit bigger kind of vegetable. It's quite Belgian. And then we were talking about it, and I was like, we need to find something that goes with it. And I was willing to do something more like a destination, like somewhere crazy where you could go on holidays, or a weird, something like Miami Beach or Dawson's Creek, and we thought Wheatloaf Bay. Sounds a bit weird, sounds a bit surreal place to go, but why not? That's us.
Chicory Bay.
Chicory Bay, yeah, in English doesn't sound too good.
Yeah, it sounds better. Thank you very much. You said yourself you were the only a cappella band at the Eurovision Song Contest.
This year, but I think in the whole story of Eurovision, we're the second one. The first one was Cosmos in 2006. So yeah, we're quite proud to.
How did you come up to compete for the Eurovision Song Contest?
Well, as Leslie said, we had this open competition for the first time in Belgium, and we've been wondering for the past, how do you get selected to go to Eurovision? And at the moment when we wondered that, the selection gets open in Belgium for everyone. So we thought, we heard about it, different people we knew were going to compete, and we thought, well, what do we have to lose? Let's try. Let's try to put a song together. Let's do something nice, and let's try the adventure, and we'll see. Maybe people will like it. And it actually worked because people voted massively for us in Belgium, and it was actually a big surprise because we thought, oh, we're a cappella, so we're not there to win because it's so strange. People are going to find it different, maybe. So maybe they will get interest, but never winning the competition. So when we won the Belgian competition, we were very surprised and very happy that so many people felt something different and wanted to bring something different on the stage.
And why did you want to compete in the Eurovision Song Contest?
Yeah, that was actually the question. I said, we wanted to do it because we thought this could be a wonderful exposure and a wonderful way of sharing the music we do, because this is not a very mainstream type of music, and we thought if people can discover it well and if they can like it, that's all we want actually.
We really didn't think about winning and going this far. We thought we just put a song on there and we'll see. And so we never really imagined really coming here. So
it's still a bit surreal to be here and singing in the arena. It's very nice.
Well, maybe at the end of your performance, people will wonder why other bands actually need instruments if you don't need them, right? We have other questions in the front, please.